I got that feedback again where I was like, you speak too quickly in your intro. So we are going to speak much more slowly today. Hello and welcome. I am your host, Elizibar. Sometimes I might say, I'm your host, Elizibar, do the contraction, but today, I am your host, Elizibar. And we are going to talk about Little Monsters. Now, this is kind of a weird comic book because it's based on a movie I haven't seen. Like, I'm coming into this effectively blind. And I only vaguely remembered that it was a movie because that's a picture of Howie Mandel on the cover, the comedian, who I recognize mostly from Howie's World, which is a funny cartoon. But I think he hosted like Deal or No Deal or something in the early 2000s after he shaved his head and got weird and disappeared and stuff. Whatever. And I gotta tell you, reading this comic book and the second issue too, because I have issue two, kind of makes me want to go watch the movie and explore the world because I think the setting is intriguing. The comic book, a little less so. However, I will say I really like some of the artwork in this. This opening splash page here, I'm not sure which of the three pencilers. Yeah, I'm not sure which of the three pencilers did this, but it's a great piece of art. Like, that looks pretty good by 80s standards. And later on, let me find it. This is clearly a different artist over here. There's a really good Fred Savage. Like, that is a very good Fred Savage piece done in this artist's style. Kind of cartoony. And that's okay. It's a comic book, you know? It's a good caricature, I guess would be the kind of way to put it. So there's really two things in this first issue. One is this really super intense story. And you got to keep in mind, I don't know who any of these characters are. Like they don't I haven't seen the movie. God, where's what I'm looking for? Well, you know what? We'll just look at this. We'll just look at this two-page spread. So this is really intense story over here where our hero is trying to rescue his little brother or something from the monsters. And in this world, if a boy stays, or maybe it's just a child in general, I'm not sure, stays in like the dark monster world to the point where the sun comes up, if they stay down there that long, they turn into a monster. That's how more monsters get made. Fred Savage's character is named Brian. Howie Mandel is Maurice. I can't really tell who the other characters are like what their names are. There's somebody named Boy, and I think he's one of the bad guys. There's another bad guy named Snick, I think. Anyway, there's this really intense story where they're going down, they're trying to rescue his brother, and then we find out it was all a dream. The first half of this comic book is a freaking dream sequence, bro. I get it. They want to start off with something that's got some danger to it, like over here. You got monsters, got flamethrower, lights hurt the monsters, hence why they've got like all these like flashlights or whatever strapped to them in the artwork over here. Uh, so they go down, they're going to rescue his brother. They can't get out, they're running out of time. He's like, we still got to find my brother. Then he wakes up and he's telling his friend, who's one of these characters from the dream, although good luck telling which one because the artists are different. And yeah, that's kind of the gist. In the second half of the book, he goes into like the underground place to go talk to Maurice. Eventually find him. I like this bit right here. That's why I flipped to this page where pops his horns out. I think that's kind of fun. I absolutely think that is kind of a fun little bit right there. And there's like other little monsters and stuff down there. It's just a lot of fun all around. Apparently, like the monsters can regenerate or something. Like I don't really understand this world. We start getting like some crazy stakes. He finds Maurice, and then these little goblin dudes roll in, and those goblin dudes are going to kill him, so they have to take off running, and that leads into the second issue. We'll talk more about that. There's going to be two videos today, so I guess my takeaway from this book is it's okay. It would probably make way more sense and be a better book for me as the reader if, I'd seen the movie first and I had some idea what was going on. Because I'm just kind of learning about the rules of the setting on the fly while reading the comic book, kind of absorbing them by osmosis or whatever terminology you like, just kind of picking up stuff like the lights hurt them. Because there's one part where there's a monster in Fred Savage's bedroom, and he like starts melting him with his flashlight here. I got this 50-watt halogen bulb. You're dead. And he just melts him to like a pile of goo. That's disgusting, isn't it? It's absolutely disgusting. There's little stuff like that that I enjoyed in the book. I think the setting's kind of cool though. Like it would make a great setting for a video game. You have to get down there into the monster world and do stuff, but you can't stay long enough that you turn into a monster. Like that would be fun. Every mission's got a time limit, basically. One thing I'll say about this comic book, I think the world's neat, and I kind of want to go watch the movie. So I might go see if I can find this movie on Netflix or something. Anyway, that's Little Monsters #1. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.